till you get to Dutchland Street, Memphis Rolling Routine.
Huh?
$277 pursuit starting back up again. Give us 1033 back.
Everyone taking calls again. We're going to be continuing northbound Las Lagunas. Taking a left now westbound on Spanish. Still westbound on Spanish, crossing San Vitus.
Good afternoon, Deputy.
What can I do for you?
This van over here is possibly
Still continuing westbound Spanish, looks to be medium speeds.
Just waiting to speak to the owner to get back to me, but we are going to
Gonna be taking left southbound Milton.
Most likely.
There's so many things going on. What did you say?
Continuing southbound Milton.
This is
Approaching South Boulevard del Perro. Taking a left Abe Milton Parkway southbound.
To get back to me.
Crossed.
We will be conducting a check on the female on the property.
We're taking a right off of Abe Milton Parkway.
We'll have to
West Castleway in reverse.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, we have permission. Let's go.
Yep.
Going to be continuing westbound Causeway.
Fully not supervisor, but sure, bud.
Taking a left onto Palomino, now south. Heading back towards the I-2.
User was moved out of your channel.
Continuing southbound Palomino. Across San Andreas. Still southbound Palomino.
We're aware of the fatal funnel, right?
Crossed Lindsay Circus.
Before we make entries to that, because I'm not playing silly games.
Say it's unlocked. But...
Yeah.
Continuing now disregard, taking left. Will be South Rockford Drive, south. Now South Rockford Drive north. Heading east into the alleyways of 361.
Around the other side.
I'm good.
Eagles clear.
Airborne advised, one out on foot. Going to be heading east on Palomino. One male wearing all black. White male. Advised, taking cover behind... Gun, shots fired.
Oh, lovely.
Suspect down.
Nice.
Shots fired by officers and suspect.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my vest before we make entries to this, just because I'm erring on the side of caution. If you want to come back here, I'll explain a little bit further to you.
Yep.
Here, one, you guys got eyes on his left hand?
For reference, the female that's expected to be
Disregard, negative, hidden under his body.
Tracking.
Understood.
She used to have multiple first-degree murder charges. That went away with the CAD system being
stage medics. Final stop is 368. So
you know,
stage.
chances are she's committing murder again. So we're gonna go check.
Oh, lovely. Should I grab a shotgun?
Yeah, fuck it. You are.
All right, let me grab it.
Advise all your fire EMS assets are going to be on fire.
Understood. Stagers County then.
You are the Marks unit though, so you go through the door first. When you jump high, I don't expect a fight, so to speak.
Alright. I'm gonna announce myself and then we're going in.
Super team Paul, we got one in custody. We're 4.
2 Simpson, roll those county medics straight in.
225 Sahara requesting to keep 1033 for building clear.
214 Paul, do we have an available uninvolved supervisor?
1033.
Lake County Sheriff's Office, coming in.
Sheriff's Office. Hey, ma'am.
Let me see your hands.
Sheriff's Office. Boy from the table.
Oh.
Howdy, Miss Mean Girl. Do you mind facing away from me, please?
Huh.
Howdy, Miss
Well,
Mean
hi
Girl.
there.
Yeah, you want to face away from me, please?
Right,
Step away
so...
from the table, please.
Oh God, I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
On your knees, please. Face away from me.
Ow.
Yeah, we're playing at this game.
Come on, this is not
Face away from
fully
me, down to your knees,
necessary,
please, Miss
is
Mean
it?
Girl.
I'm.
Kind of AIDS, considering if I had to guess, that's probably... Is that your builder boyfriend over there?
No. You
Oh.
guys took him from me.
Is this your attempt at making a new one?
No, why would I do that?
Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. If you want to face away from me, please, Miss Monroe. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to move in. Cover me.
Yep, I got you.
That's fully a brain on that table.
I think I might need to step out. I think I'm gonna puke.
Careful, jeez.
Clear the rest of the building quickly.
Yep.
Anything?
What are you looking for?
User left your channel.
You think?
Oh, okay, that's not an actual thing. Alright, yeah, that's clear.
User joined your channel.
If I don't actually clear
And
10 to 3,
I'm
code 1
stepping
scene.
outside so I can go.
Yeah.
This is. Oh, Jesus.
Miss Mean Girl, at this time you have the right to remain silent and say
270, I'll be en route to 368 for
And
OS.
you cannot afford at anyone which US dates and it's free of charge. I understand these rights have been read to you.
Yes.
Thank you. Deputy, if you're going to puke, do it on that side of my crime scene.
Yeah, I'm going over here.
And do you care if I search you, or would you like a female officer to come down and search you?
You know, I really love a female officer if you have one.
Chief on X-ray, do we have any female officers available? Chief, do you want any female officers available? Okay, taking that as a no. Deputy, can you turn your lights on for me, please, and then come stand back here?
Suzanne, I can get you one.
Guys, it's only for a search of a female.
Since when do you guys not have female officers on duty?
Apparently
Go ahead.
That's interesting.
Warren, I'll be careful.
119 to the unit requesting female officer.
Go 231.
231, what's your address?
Guys, it's gonna be slightly late now. Search has already been conducted.
10-4.
Whoa, wait now.
Oh, okay. Deputy.
What?
If you want to take this needle for me, very carefully, double bag it.
Oh, come on,
Girl.
don't freak out.
You've
I
got to remain
don't
silent
think
and
I
say
could
county
go
actually
in
go to
there.
law. You're an attorney. If you can afford an attorney, one punch you less there. Sounds free of charge. Just and these rights have been read to you.
Yes.
These rights of mine, having been speaking with myself.
I don't mind, do I?
Wonderful. My patient looking this vehicle. Back with you in 1 sec, okay? As if this vehicle will let
Sure.
me.
User disconnected from your channel.
Deputy, can you just jump in your vehicle quickly? It's
Yeah.
trying to fall into the ground right now.
Wait, what?
Oh.
There we go. Maybe.
Incompetent men, I see.
Traffic stop 592 southbound Elgin.
Ma'am, you may have
on
to
times
get in
2
the vehicle yourself, if you know
motorcycles
what I mean.
occupied times 1 each. Can I have an additional
let
respond
me do it.
as license plate showing suspended?
Oh, okay.
2854
Getting
Lincoln Road,
very
Washington 20.
badly handled today, I must say.
592 southbound Elgin.
Copy, I'll be around.
Two phone extras. That County CST's 72 Octavia Parkway.
I don't want to go back in there.
If
Oh,
you,
come
you don't
on.
have to,
You're
Deputy. If you just want to sit
fine.
outside for a minute, I'll be right back with you, okay?
Everyone will be back tonight.
I'm gonna puke again if I go in there.
Do you not have the stomach for this sort of thing, sir?
Not.
Hey, at least this time it wasn't males.
I don't even know who you are.
You guys stole my boyfriend.
I didn't.
Well, not you specifically, but you guys, the cops.
I have no...
You don't understand, do you? I had to make one from scratch. And then you guys just come in there and take him away when he's
I'm
almost
sorry,
finished?
you did what now?
What?
You did what now?
I made myself a boyfriend.
I have so many questions.
270, 277. I'm in the alleyway right on 361
Have
here.
you read your rights?
I'm just trying to get around the traffic.
Yeah, 10-4.
Yes, I have. Twice by that detective.
Okay, lovely. How exactly did you make your boyfriend?
By cutting up guys. What? How else would I make a boyfriend? I took the parts I liked and I put them together.
Oh. Yep, was not expecting this today. What's your name?
Oh, my name? It's Mina.
Mina what?
Mingrove.
Okay.
Can you spell that, officer? Sorry, deputy.
118
I
clear
think so.
north. Fire call back to it.
I mean, I could have used your jawline.
My what now?
Your jawline.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking about getting him a new jaw, so... You know, you guys
41,
took that
42.
away, so...
Good.
Do you have a call at your location?
I haven't created one, but my person of interest is on the move northbound Mere Park Boulevard.
Copy, I'll join
It's
you.
gonna
Do you
be-
want to start? Oh, do you have reason to stop him yet?
I haven't seen PC. I mean, I've boloed the vehicle, so. But it's a dark blue Dominator GTX. Driver is going to be Whiskey Foxtrot.
I see it.
Look at what the CSTs are bringing out of that building.
Yeah.
Do you want to start
likely
with
to
this
get
reason?
sick.
I already puked the second time.
They're wanted in question and concern for a homicide, and I
Can you
boloed
double
the vehicle.
water, or are you okay?
I think
copy.
I'm okay.
Wonderful.
Hey,
So would you want to sip my
1-1-5-2 extra.
She
Kraken?
described
Good.
how she
Would you like us
made
overhead?
her boyfriend and
I don't know if
Yeah,
they'll
well,
run or
I
not,
don't
but
think
sure.
so,
We're
flat.
over Mere Park
Good
4th. Are you still eyes on that?
Detective
Yeah, they're going down
Yes,
alleyways
like
now.
The sheriff's office.
Oh, that's just
Unit.
weird.
So,
Yeah, they're acting
as
suspiciously.
you,
Oh, they're pulling into the
you're
house.
aware, I'm aware of your past
No, we can go and
history,
light him up.
and
Everyone,
I'm
we're at
sure
439.
that this
Hey,
is
we're overhead.
a very
Guys,
similar situation.
one out of the vehicle.
Would I be on somewhat of the same lines?
No.
Oh, what's going on here today, then?
New hobby.
She's ignoring orders. She went to the property.
What new hobby is that?
Plainclothes on scene.
I will answer that question if you do one thing for me.
What's that?
Just pop your head back inside and make sure everything is gone. That CSC got everything, yeah?
Give me 1 sec.
118 to 152, do you want to begin it?
For reference, my radio's off, so if
Oh, come on, deputy.
231, please let me know.
I'm not that scary. I'm just a
Copy.
little woman. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't stab you in the neck.
So CST's got everything, but they don't, if you know what I
One
mean.
in custody.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, just-
Well,
just,
I have
like,
something to talk to someone about then.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's up?
Anyways. So, what's the new hobby then, Miss Mingo?
Heads. Brains, to be more specific.
What, you just find random bodies and you pick their heads, or there's a certain type
Come
of
on
head that's
now.
better than others?
Depends on the head, but it's mostly the brain I'm interested in.
Do you find them fresh, or do you find them in the grave? Like, where'd you get your brains from?
Ew, I would never go for anything in a grave. The brain wouldn't be as fresh as these are.
So what? You kill them and you take their brains? Is that it?
It's more like a souvenir, honestly.
And
I mean, you guys stole my boyfriend, so what better way to remove some thoughts from other females' heads?
You're
Yeah.
disgusting.
you're in a competition then? Is that it?
I wouldn't say competition, because I know I'm not getting anything. It's more just a satisfying thing.
Hey, detective.
Yes, how may I help, Deputy?
Just out of curiosity, what exactly is she being charged with, and am I doing charges or are you?
I'm charging, she's my suspect. I will have you transport in a minute, though. Just give me a few more minutes.
Okay.
If you need to take a step away.
Nope, you're good.
Okay. Where do you find your victims, Miss Minger?
Oh, here and there. It is so satisfying when you can cut open their skull and then you hold their
Fuck,
little
you're
brains in your
twisted.
hands and you can look at them and you realize the world is not that big and humans are quite fragile.
I wouldn't disagree.
You know that there's quite a lot of fluids in your skull.
Yeah, there's a few, to say the least.
So you
I
got
mean, I'm not
Oh,
that much
yeah.
up to date on human
So,
biology.
a small problem is that when you
Blood.
cut open, like if it's not properly drained and if it's as fresh as mine usually are, one, blood's gonna be a problem. Two, suddenly you have a bunch of fluids everywhere, and it takes forever to clean up.
Mm-hmm. Give me
277,
1
start
second,
me candy
Simba.
toe, 361 alleyway, red and
Not
color
a
truck.
problem.
The CSTs? Yeah.
Car 1 tonight.
I handle gore pretty well, and that was fucking... Okay. Yep, no, this is fine.
Yeah, if you could, please. Okay, that's your van, Miss Minger.
What was that?
Take it, that's your van.
I'm sorry, try that again.
I take it that's your van.
Oh, yes.
How long have you had that rented for?
A while.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting that you guys wear green, you know that?
What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying it's interesting. I mean, do we even know, like, the contradictory color to green?
No.
You want to take a guess there, buddy?
Not really, but if you want...
You'd look very good in it.
Next Sanity Claire from Cole
Drenched
RTQ
all over
available.
your clothes. Oh, come on, don't leave me hanging. Answer my question.
What was your question again?
What color would it be?
What color would what be?
Oh my god, the contradictory color to green, which you would look very good in drenched in.
I have no idea.
Red.
What are you implying?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just
36 on my traffic's gonna be
saying,
clear. I'm gonna be
if I
10-6.
put a knife to your throat right now and poked straight through,
285 bolt tonight.
all of that green would simply be covered in the red, and yet the green would kind of shine through because it's the contradictory to red. Right in the middle. Oh, come on now. Are you not a deputy? You're supposed to be able to handle things like this, don't you?
Issue 5 for your own safety.
119
If you want
responded to
get out the
latest.
mission
Can I get
row, I'll
additional?
meet you there.
Say what now?
If you want to
164
get
rep.
out the mission row and leave, I will meet you there.
Say, I can stick around if you want. Kind of curious on where this is gonna go.
I mean,
Just slightly.
Alright, well, we're gonna be en route to the 200 just for
Oh, he's
overhead
kind of
support.
sweet, isn't he, detective?
Copy, appreciated.
you know, it is what it is, Miss Mingo.
I'll see you there.
Yep, I'll meet you at the mission row.
$119 on scene and attempting to locate.
51st show, my call is clear, 10-6.
Did you know?
I know what.
164 on scene.
Did you know that a finger is as easy to bite
There's
through
one on
as a
channel.
carrot is?
User left your channel.
I
The
wanna
only
say
thing
I
that's
did.
stopping you is your own brain.
I believe I did know that.
That's good. See, you have some knowledge.
Yeah, we're gonna be overhead.
Have you ever felt the texture of a brain?
164. Can we have 33? We're going to be making
satisfying,
entry to the
honestly.
building unknown if he's in there.
Curiosity's
User
gonna
joined
kill
your
the
channel.
cat, but what does it feel like?
So, imagine gelatin, right? You have like a jar of jello, right?
Okay.
But it's a little bit more construct than jello, and it has these veins and lumps and bumps going through it. So it's a mix of jello and a ham. If the ham was made into jello, that would be the texture.
Okay.
164, building clear with 33.
Yeah, when we're gonna head over to 205 since the call stated that we're gonna come up this way.
User left your channel.
See if we can find your person.
10th, I'm just gonna have a look around the 200 area on foot.
User left your channel.
Airborne. Got a male, Legion Square, armed with looks to be a bladed weapon. They're heading out towards San Andreas Ave.
1-6. Sounds like our guy. Yeah, it's a machete.
It's going to be a whiskey Mike with a white white tank top. Looks to be some sort of suspenders, or looks like overalls. Yeah.
164. Is he balding at all? Can you tell?
Yeah, Avram. He's got a knife in hand. Decent sized blade inside his hand. He's gonna be coming out onto San Andreas at Legion. TU, if you make a right, you'll see him coming down the stairs.
Yeah, 10. That's on. I'll be making contact.
2-2 Foxtrot, I'll just this station 7's coming.
Everyone, one is hands up, so blade in hand, complying with 277. Male has dropped the weapon, still complying with orders. Everyone looks to be backing away from the bladed weapon, possibly.
Oh. Such a sweetheart.
25 is 1033 in effect.
Okay, from say take this person into custody.
Oh my.
Yeah, don't worry, the squad's being magical apparently.
One officer's gonna be pushing up to. Looks like 190's pushing up to cup the male. Everyone one in custody.
Oh, I've got a better one.
User disconnected from your channel.
Here. Fun.
You don't get to play with them.
You can just call it bacteria asylum.
I get to play with
Bacteria
whoever I want,
side.
sweetheart.
Bacteria.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Doors are complicated
clear of that.
I see that, Sarge.
Individuals.
She's not lying.
Cuff you?
No.
Yeah.
And leave the door? That's fantastic.
Stay there.
Yes, sir.
Right, stay here until the detective comes to get you. He's currently searching your house and hoping not to get stabbed.
Ma'am. Aye, ma'am.
I'm not a sailor.
Right.
What's yours?
Just
it's a story, Sarge.
As I say, just someone who likes to play with brains.
Sarge, that's interesting.
Oh, wonderful. She stabbed her friend, so we've got a bunch of Hey, yeah. Man, why don't you tell the little friend down the end of the road there about your thoughts on bacteria side?
I'm sorry,
You
what
should
now?
do that.
User
You
left.
should do that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
gonna
I'm saying.
write.
Bacteria side. When you kill bacteria.
Yeah, keep thinking of new words. Have fun.
I hate you, Sarge.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, enjoy.
Detective, are you okay? Never mind. It's just my eyes.
What's up?
You looked like you were having trouble with the door, but it was just my eyes.
Don't worry. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, is he struggling?
I've got one. Let's see a side.
152403.
Yeah?
Send 43.
I need a water.
I don't need a warrant for the victim's house, correct? I just want to confirm this.
I mean, were they murdered in it?
Bushy aside.
The GTX's GPS shows that the car was there at the time of the attack.
TLDR, if the crime scene was not the house, or you prove it without it, you do need a warrant for it, regardless.
Even if it's the victims?
10-1!
Yeah.
User left your channel.
Battalion 1 ending tour of duty, Station 7 still manned.
Suicide. When you kill your shoes.
I'm sorry, what now?
Kill your hair.
User left your channel.
What?
Oh, my ears. I have no words for today.
You're aside, you feel me?
User joined your channel.
1 is here at 10-7-10-42. Have a good night.
I'm just curious.
User
at this
left
point. Were
your
you
channel.
talking about?
User left your channel.
Bushy aside. What do you
User
need, man?
joined your channel.
So what's
I'm just.
this one in for?
I don't even know.
User in your channel
Apparently, I
timed
killed
out.
some lady.
You did what now?
Apparently, I killed the lady.
Oh, similar to you, Miss
Me
Mingro.
too.
I committed lady aside. Apparently, I don't know.
Mingro, faces away from me, please.
Bushy aside.
Oh goodness, don't be so rough. Come on now.
It's hard to get them through the bars. Come, out you come.
Bad bitch aside.
Follow me.
Assuming you're interviewing.
Goodbye.
Can I listen?
Sure.
Lovely.
Bye aside.
239 Whiskey, 361 Sierra.
I'm going to not question her at
She
all.
seems interesting.
She sure does, doesn't she, ma'am?
Oh, really does.
Yeah, if you want. Take a seat on the right side for me.
Would you mind moving
I'm
my
gonna-
cuffs
yeah,
around
I'm
so I
gonna-
can actually sit comfortably?
I'm gonna cuff you to the table.
239
Thank
361.
you. Oh, how
Okay.
sweet.
Would you like a tea,
Go.
water, coffee?
May I tell one with you, please?
Oh, I would love
Go.
a coffee.
Hey, sit tight.
User was moved out of your channel.
Totally a coffee machine over here because I'm too lazy.
Have you seen worse or something? Because the matter of the
Dude,
fact.
I've seen bodies filled with rubber duckies. Hundreds of rubber duckies in a
Wait, what
several
now?
bodies. Like the micro rubber duckies you can get.
Yeah.
And a serial killer who removed the internal organs of like 10 odd bodies and shoved a shit ton of rubber duckies into them.
Yeah, okay, you know what?
Dude, you may be new to the force, but I've seen my fair share of shit.
Yeah, I'm assuming her playing with a brain is nothing new to you.
Playing with a brain is like my average Tuesday.
Oh, Jesus.
A fair warning, you're probably not going to learn much watching this interview. I'm horrendous when it comes to
I'm just curious
interrogations.
of what she has to say.
I'm shit at these, so, enjoy the show.
Yep.
Okay, Miss Mingo, here is your coffee.
I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Okay, give me 1 sec.
She is insane.
Okay, current date and time is going to be 4:54 EST on
Sound muted.
Harold Slabex. Ma'am, can you please state your name for the record?
Oh, Mina Mingrove.
Miss Mingo, you should review your rights. You have the right to remain silent. And if you say can and will be seen in the court of law, you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed you by the state of Center free of charge. You understand these rights that have been read to you?
Oh, I do.
These rights are mine. You can speak of myself.
Sure.
Wonderful. Okay. So, tell me. Of course, you haven't seen how this is your new hobby. Where did you pick this hobby up from?
Oh, here and there, you know how it is.
Yeah, is it a thing of just random opportunity, or do you pick whose brain you're going for?
So, it's kind of picking, but at the same time, I'm not gonna just let one go if it shows up, you know?
So
If
you
it's a
pick
good one,
some,
then I take it.
and some just fall into your lap and you take them.
Oh, sounds about right, yeah.
Anywhere you particularly look when you're hunting for a brain?
No, I drive around for a bit. Go to places people usually gather. You know how it is.
And I understand in order to get the brain in its freshest form, you can't have any resistance. Is that correct?
I mean, sometimes there is resistance in dealing with bodies of any sort, but you do get used to it.
I
To be
suppose.
fair, the males I got last time were a lot more active and fought a bit more. One of them actually punched me in the face once.
And then the
And I don't
females.
have access to all my drugs anymore, so we're assaulting two different methods.
Just you find the females and you slit their throats quicker than they can say 1, 2, butt my shoe.
I'm sorry, try that again.
You find your females and you what? Slit their throats quicker than they can say 1, 2, buckle my shoe.
So funny. I wouldn't slit their throats. Come on now. You have to think a little bit better of me.
I apologize. I understand you have a background in veterinary.
So I did work at a veterinary office, which is, supplies and all that came pretty quickly and easily. And my sewing skills are quite neat in that area, but it's different now.
Different how?
Well, I don't have my job anymore, do I?
Course
Because
not.
you guys decided to put me away for first-degree murder. Yet here I am.
Mm-hmm. The prisons clearly had enough of everyone. Wanted a fresh start. New DRC, I believe it was. I'm curious. I'm sure this is your passion nowadays. How is it that you go from point A to point B with finding your victim to having a look at their brain? It's got to be an interesting process, I'm sure.
Oh, interesting. It's definitely interesting. So, I think the most interesting part is the severance of the head from the body, which, the body I don't really have a use for. But the head in itself has so many intricate details that even just playing around with it and finding the best way of extracting the brain is it's been a really interesting process. I didn't really know what I wanted to start with, but I found that the brain is one of the most interesting parts of the human body. So, I mean, it's the one thing my boyfriend lacked when you guys stole him. So,
Fair enough. I mean, I'm more interested in like, how do you make sure that it stays fresh for long enough? Like, do you wait before you stop the blood supply? Is there like some sort of method, some timing behind that?
I mean, yeah, the least amount of blood spill when you work on them, you just let them bleed out for a bit
Very busy day.
beforehand. It's really easy process. I mean, we do it to pigs all the time.
Yeah? Can you elaborate? I apologize. I don't watch much veterinary stuff.
You've never seen blood draining?
I have not knows. Do you do it whilst the sheep they're actively pushing the blood around? Do you stop the heart before you blood drain?
Well, you see, you make a big enough incision that the blood will flow no matter if the heart is pumping or not, and then you hang them upside down to make sure that all the blood goes to the heart and then through the neck. It's a little bit of a complicated process, but once you get it right and once you know the best way of, hanging them up without needing to lift them above your head, because humans get really heavy once they're dead, even young females. And then, it's just about learning how to collect the blood without it spilling everywhere. I found that the most useful solution has actually been tying a plastic bag around the necks of the victim while they're kind of bleeding out more and getting drained, whilst keeping the collection unit underneath so that it goes down through the plastic and it don't spill anywhere.
Right. So, you mentioned how like the body gets heavier. Is that a common thing? Once you stab them in the neck, they slowly get heavier, or I thought they would get lighter.
So you see, a human body doesn't really change weight before and after they're dead. It's more the thing of, say, regular woman would be, say, 70 kilograms, right? That's about average for a woman. And, you know, when they are alive, they can walk, they can support themselves, all the muscles are constantly working, so they will feel a lot lighter if you pick them up or like carry them around. Whilst one that is dead cannot support or help with anything and will be just a heavy lump that you have.
Do they normally become the lump in the van, or when you drag them into the warehouse?
I am so sorry. Try that again. My brain is doing multiple things at the same time.
Oh, fine. I said they normally become the lump whilst they're in the van, or when you're dragging them into the warehouse.
So you see, it kind of depends on the person and the location and, my process of the day. Some days just are slower and I go to my warehouse and deal with things there. Other days I go for a hunt and see what I can find.
And now I know you mentioned that sometimes you'll just drive around to find them. If you do go and you decide to pick them, how do you pick them? Is there like a process behind that? Is that kind of a case of just like, ooh, that one's the one I want?
Well, some of them seem more interesting, especially if I know the story behind their brain. It brings in a lot of more interesting knowledge of what their brain can contain. Like the latest one in the warehouse, the one that was hanging the right way up. She was actually a cancer patient for a really, really, really long time, which with all that radiation, it does a lot to the brain. I was really excited to be able to dig into that, but you guys kind of stopped me in that process, which, it's not my best of days.
Was it a Frida? Frida, I apologize. I'm sure you know the
Oh,
name.
yeah, I do believe her name was Frida.
And where did you grab her from?
Oh, I believe she had been like out drinking or whatnot. She wasn't really feeling great.
What, you offered to give her a ride home and instead you ended up taking her down to your warehouse?
So you see, giving people a ride home is sometimes a good thing, other times it can be complicated. Like a young woman like me, not a lot of people will be super worried about. I mean, it was way easier when I had long hair, believe me. It changes everything. If you have long hair and you look like an average woman, you can get away with a bunch of shit because nobody really believes a woman would ever do something like that. Oh, and the flirting with the guys was the easiest way of getting them away. If they thought they could get a quickie behind a building, oh goodness, we would just go behind a building. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't text anyone. They wouldn't, do anything but unzip their pants. And then, oops, now you're dead.
Right. So you had to adapt your killing method since, it's not as easy to lure the females away. Is that it?
Well, you see, if I did have my long hair, that's where I was going with that. I would have an easier time than I did now, because you see, with having long hair, you seem like a more approachable woman. It's really sad even in these days, but usually as long as you are a kind woman that doesn't seem to be suspicious in any way, and you are calm and you're kind and you bring them with you, then they usually just smile and go with you. It's not really ever a problem.
All right. Okay. I mean, it's an interesting concept when you think about it. I mean, the fact that, just by changing your looks changes how you can grab and kidnap and kill, and then, you know, it's quite interesting when you think about it, isn't it?
It is really interesting because imagine yourself, right? You're average looking guy. There's nothing too special about it. You're not especially creepy. You're not especially handsome. All that fun shit. So with you, if you went to say to a bar and you asked a girl to come around the building with you, she would never ever join you outside, right? Because it seems quite iffy to have a random guy ask you to come around the building with them. But if I, as a woman, came up to, say, another young woman at a bar and I said, "Hey, I really need some help right now. I seem to have lost my dog, or I need an extra tampon. Do you have one?" Like all of these niche things us girls kind of just do on a regular basis. It gets a lot easier to just get on their side of, being the good guy. And if you seem like you need a little bit of help and if you seem a little bit vulnerable, they're way more easy to come along with you or open up to you or start talking. Gosh, one of these women started talking about their whole fucking life.
All right. And which victim was that? That
Oh,
do
I
you
do not remember her name. She was a redhead.
remember which number? Towards the start of your spree or the late
No, I
part?
don't really remember which came before which. You see, once you start collecting their brains and you get that satisfying feeling of having the brain in their hands and you can take in the sensation of their warm blood over your hands, it definitely brings out something more interesting, something more ethereal that you kind of have every person that you interact with blend together in some sorts.
Right, and like, this must be quite not celebratory, but like ceremonial for you at this point. You must have some special type of knife, handcrafted, hand forged for the the actual deed. Like, there's no way you just do that with the regular kitchen knife, right?
So it doesn't have to be anything special, like, definitely not. It's more of the way any action is performed during, cutting them up or taking apart something. It's very much just knowing where to cut to make sure it goes quickly and quietly. It's very, very much a intricate art. You have to have a couple of tries before you can get that perfect cut or slice to make sure that everything goes well. My God, my first skull that I cracked open, it took me so long because I did not know how the hacksaw properly worked. So I ended up with like 20 to 30 jagged lines, and I cut my hands on them. Bone is really sharp once you get it cut wrong. And there was so much blood, I hadn't properly drained them, and it was just the whole chaos. But that brain has a special place in my heart because it was my first, and it does have a little indent on the bottom of it.
All right, I mean, it's fair enough. So it's just like you're telling me that I mean, how many tries did you get the cut on the neck perfect? Because I mean, I'll be honest, I have a weird thing for these types of intricate arts, the gruesome, the gory. It's something I find fascinating.
I
And
wouldn't call them gruesome or gory, honestly. They are just partially perceived by the world.
yeah,
Everyone has a body, everyone has blood and organs and brains and skeletons, and it's a very natural thing. So I've never understood why people would find it off-putting.
of course, yeah. I mean, I was going to get to it, but your cuts, they're clean, they're elegant, especially around the neck. I mean, I was just curious, how long did it take you to perfect that neck cut?
So, severing the head from the body is a very specific thing. You have to use the knife and go slowly around like the whole area, and then you have to cut into the meat, but you have to make sure that once you get to the spine, you don't just snap it, you don't just rip it. You go over it with the bone saw and you go slowly and make sure all the veins and things connected to your spine goes off without a hitch, because if you cut a wrong way on the spine, it will immediately get sharp and you won't have that clean spinal cut, as I would like to call it.
So it's are you saying that the first time you put a knife into them, it's when you're cutting the head off entirely, or do you do like a premature cut to make sure they stop wriggling about, or is it literally you just straight cutting the head
Wriggling
all the way off?
about? Gosh, you think I have them screaming on the floor? Not even I go that far. Gosh, I'm a woman. I'm not a psychopath or something. Look, with the guys, I didn't care. They could die whoever they wanted. It was quick and easy because they got, drugged, and then I took the part I needed. But the females, that women are a bit more sensitive, and I feel for them because I'm a woman, so I don't wish to harm them in any way. I just make it quick and snappy, and they won't have to think about it too long.
So what? They're awake when you put the first cut into their neck, or do you make sure that they're asleep? Are they drunk? They're like so this. I'm gonna be honest. The bit I'm just not getting, and this is the bit I really want to get because it's by far the most interesting bit, at least from, in my personal opinion. You say that you make it clean, you make it calm, you make it so that they have it peaceful and over within minutes. But from what it sounds like, you're cutting straight into the neck and completely just taking the head off. Am I missing a
Oh
bit?
no, 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 no! I wouldn't cut their head off, while they're awake and whatnot. That seems silly. How would that even work? See, if I was to sever their heads from their body while they're awake and walking about, they would have to be strapped down, which would be quite uncomfortable, and it would be quite terrifying experience because the way I need to go is I need to start below the ear, and I go on the back side first. And then you go slowly around the back, and then you flip the body over, and then you go around the front. And then you have to make sure that when you get to the windpipe, you have to be very careful. Because if you cut too far into that windpipe, it is going to retract back into their mouth. And it won't look right, okay? And it's a whole thing, because the windpipe is not just, an open shaft. There is a lot of veins and nerves that follow along the ridges of this.
Right. Okay. But this bit that I'm just not getting. So you say that obviously they're not awake and wriggling because that would cause you to have to strap them down. Do you make sure they fall asleep before you stab them the first time, or like how do we go from them being awake and you giving them the ride to, the whole cutting the head completely off? But that's the bit I'm just confused about. It's the bit I'm intrigued by.
How would you be confused about that?
You've been kind of promiscuous with the information.
That's an interesting choice of words, isn't there? Well, I know I'm going away for, first degree murder and whatnot, so I don't see, a problem hiding anything. That's why I'm telling you all this.
I mean, we can drop it down from first degree. That's always doable. But I just want to know, how does it work? Do you put a knife into their neck when you first grab them, and then let them slowly bleed into a bag before you drag them into the warehouse? Do you just take them to the warehouse drugged and then cut the neck off? Like, how do you stop them from waking up during the procedure?
Look, like I said, I don't have access to my drugs anymore. It's more the sense of, sometimes I'm lucky, like with the latest one, she was already a little bit drunk. She got into my car fully by her own means, so we just drove a little bit further out, and when she needed to, go outside and puke, we stopped the car, and it was quite quick, just walk over there, pat her on the back, and simple into the neck. Because if you put it straight, like, thing is, right, you have collarbones that meet in the middle, right?
Yeah.
You can feel that on yourself. Well, the collarbones meet, you have a perfect line straight into your breathing tube and the arteries around it. So it's quite easy. You go once deep, really deep, almost so deep that you will find their spinal cord. And then before they're able to fully bleed out and cover everything, you stuff quite a lot of towels into their necks, but you let the blood seep into their airway.
210 whiskey 210.
But it doesn't go as slow as it might.
Can we track out where he is?
138, I'm Neom, I'll go check.
Please do.